In this video, I'm gonna be sharing how I managed to make just under $100,000 with just social media alone. There's gonna be 4 main points in this. The number one being the reality of doing social media. I've been doing social media since 2015 and I've learned a lot of different things since then. I'm just excited to give you guys some tips that I learned along the way so that you guys can stay one step ahead. Number 2 is different strategies that I've used along the way. I've tried posting on all the different social media platforms, anywhere from YouTube to Instagram to TikTok. And number 3 is gonna be the different essentials that you'll be needing along your journey. There's definitely some overhyped things that they make it seem like you need that you really don't. Then there's some things that you might not even think about that I'm gonna recommend that you start with. Finally, we're gonna break down the numbers so that you can see where the money actually comes from. All right. Now, the reality of it. One of the biggest tips I can give, and I give to all my friends that want to start social media, is this: it's not easy. You have to understand a lot of things. You have to do a lot of research. One of my favorite pieces of advice is to treat it like a job. You have your 9-to-5 job that most of us probably don't want to be working. If you are, that's okay. We don't got nothing against that. You have to be able to be your own boss if you want to do the social media thing, and that's the hardest part, which comes with self-discipline. You'll have to learn how to discipline yourself. It's easy to be like, I'll do it tomorrow. But what's hard is being like, I'm going to do it right now instead. One aspect that I think gets overlooked a lot is the mental health side of things, because it just doesn't, I don't think it gets talked about enough. Not that it gets bad or anything, it's just like, it's really hard when you're trying to think, I gotta post this many videos, this many times a day, or this many times a week. Sometimes you forget to take care of your mental health. Some things that I do, honestly, I just be playing the game. But on a more real level, it's okay to take breaks. Nowadays, it's so forced upon, like, you shouldn't be taking any breaks. You should be working 25/8. You should never stop working or you're never gonna make it. I know it's so forced upon that you shouldn't be taking breaks, and at least that's how I feel. I recently just started to understand that it really is okay to take a break every once in a while. Just sit back and chill and give your brain a rest every once in a while. I also want you to keep in mind that it's a process. Like, this is gonna take some time. I think people forget it's not gonna happen overnight, and people will try for even like a month and think like, I didn't have a video pop off in a month, I might as well give up. A lot of the time, the people you see, there's so much work behind the scenes that you don't even realize, because once they blow up, they blow up. It might take a year, it might take 5 years, it could take 10 years. You might think like, yeah, I'm grinding right now, but then you'll look back in a year and you'll be like, damn, I've came far. Just know that you have to keep trying. You can't fail if you never give up. Just remember that everyone has their own timing and not everyone is as fast as others. One thing I don't recommend doing is going and buying the top name stuff right away, because first you might not even end up liking doing social media and everything. So for example, ring lights. Don't get me wrong, this is an awesome ring light. At the same time, it's $90. You could definitely find a 19-inch ring light on Amazon for half the price. I'm just saying that first, definitely go budget options, mess around with different things, see what you like, and then once you like decide you're gonna take it serious, then you can ball out. Also with like tripods. This is a $70 tripod. I remember having something like that, got it on Amazon for like 20 bucks. I'm gonna be one of them, it does the same thing. I highly recommend starting off with budget options. Once you really feel like you're gonna take this serious, then of course you can ball out. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. I was trying to think of the main things that you really actually need, and there is really one thing, and that's this. That's this right here. It doesn't have to be the iPhone 16, it doesn't have to be the newest phone. You can always find a place to set up your phone. I've recorded multiple videos just putting my phone like that. You just need this and some storage and some confidence. If you can get yourself, turn on your phone, and go to your camera app and just start recording your life. Every situation that I'm in, I'm thinking about, how can I turn this into a video? How can I make this interesting for a video? It's hard for me to go do anything without thinking about making it into a video, whether it's a YouTube video or a TikTok. Try your best to switch your mindset. It's not the easiest thing, but fashion's always gonna be around. People are always gonna need clothes. That's why that's one of my main things. So if I go to the store and I'm looking at clothes, it's super easy to just pull out your camera, start recording. Once again, once you're ready to like take it super serious, obviously there's things that are gonna upgrade your quality, like audio. I personally use these little magnetic microphones. The brand of these mics is Hollyland. There's a kit that I got that came with an adapter for the camera and for your phone. Definitely recommend for high quality audio. If you're wanting to do like YouTube and you want to like upgrade to a good camera, obviously like Canons are popular, Sony is popular. I started off using a Sony A5000, which is a little handheld. I was just vlogging myself all the time. Eventually I got a Canon SL3, then eventually I got a wide angle lens, and then you can get a lot more technical. The only thing that you actually need to get started or to even carry on is your phone. One thing that I highly recommend that motivated me the most was set goals for yourself, whether it's 100,000 followers or 10,000 followers. Or for example, mine was a Tesla. Not everyone likes them, that's not the point here. I did this whole series in 2023 about I'm gonna get a Tesla, I'm gonna make videos about it, I'm gonna get everybody behind me so that when I get it, I'm gonna make a video about it and everyone's like, holy shit, you got it, you know, like some crazy like that. I got this Tesla about a year ago. and I did it with making videos on TikTok. It was very crazy, but I don't think I'd be at the point that I'm at now without setting such a high goal for myself. In my head, I had to do it. It's a lot easier to motivate myself when I think I need to do it. I know you hear this often, but it went over my head for the longest time. But the people that you surround yourself with actually matter so much. I get, you know, sometimes you got homies that ain't locked in the most, but if you're constantly around them, you're slowly gonna fall into their habits. It's easy to lose track when you're around people that aren't holding you accountable. As much as you might not believe it, you will become the people you surround yourself with. So surround yourself with the people you want to be like. All right, now for the strategy section, we're going to be going over some of the different things I use, the way I edit, why I edit the way I do. If you need certain hashtags, actually in the unit right now. We're gonna be stocking this up soon with more hoodies, zip ups, pants. If you want to see a video on how to scale your clothing brand, I've tried to dip my toes and everything, so I feel like I can give some useful information on that too. So if you want a clothing brand, you want to see that, make sure you subscribe because I'll do one in the future. Right now we're gonna film a TikTok. I have this little area set up. This clothing brand sent me a package, so I'm gonna unbox it, but I have to make it interesting. So rather than just sitting there and unboxing it, I think I'm gonna start the video by saying I'm rating your guys' clothing brands, because then that'll get more people to send clothes type of thing. And I don't even charge people. That's one thing I don't do. People will pay. I just let people send me whatever. Some brands have had super good results and they've sold out. Some brands didn't have as good of results. I get the free clothes. They get the free promo. It's a win-win for both of us. So now I'm about to record a TikTok. You're going to see my style. You're going to see my editing. I'm going to run the whole thing down. Let's get straight to it. I'm gonna be reviewing your guys' clothing brands. Oh snap, silk lined hoodie. All right, I'll give y'all a quick little 360 before we get on to the tee. So now we're in the editing phase of things. I definitely recommend CapCut. Down here you can see it's 10 minutes worth of footage. Usually that's pretty normal for the videos that I record. The main ones that you're gonna be using the most is the split, the speed, delete button obviously, your volume, all this other stuff I don't really touch. Sometimes I overlay clips. Let's say when I'm talking about this shirt, I want to get a close-up of it while I'm talking about it. So I'll take this clip here, I'm gonna click on it, and then I'm gonna click overlay. And then it's gonna be over a part while I'm talking about something. Cool. So now when I'm talking about the shirt, it'll flash this clip of a close-up. What is that though? The back end collection. Yeah, like that. Nothing. Everything else, I don't really touch. There's only a few buttons you really need to know. I want to talk about the whole algorithm. A lot of people take it a lot more serious than I think you need to. I don't think hashtags matter. I always just put hashtag EJWAYY. The 99% of how your video is going to perform is going to come from the video itself. It's not going to come from, oh, I didn't put the right hashtags, now the video flopped. It all comes from the video itself. A lot of people wonder if I should post at a certain time. I think you can just experiment. I experimented for the longest time with posting in the morning, posting later in the day, and posting at night. Some people post real early in the morning and it works better for them. But I also don't think it's that big of a deal, because if the video is good, the video is good. What I recently found out about TikTok is you have about 1.7 seconds to grab their attention before they're going to swipe, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. I like to have something pop up on the screen right away at the beginning, or like someone that you may know, a super cool piece of clothing or a pair of shoes, something that everyone's going to know. If something pops up on the screen that they know right away, there's a lot better chance they're going to watch the rest of the video. A lot of people stop themselves from doing a certain type of content because they care too much about what other people are going to think. If you really want to do the social media thing, you have to seriously not care what people think. You're the only person that knows what you really want to do, and I think it's important that you do that. One thing I also like to do that I think makes the viewer want to stay longer is these little zoom ins. So I want them to feel it almost. So I like to do this effect right here. Start off this series. That right there, it's subtle. How you do that is you're gonna have to add these keyframes right here. This button, you're gonna wanna click that at whichever point you wanna start. Add your keyframe there and then zoom in, and then it should be a pretty fast zoom in. Off this series. Just gives a little feel. It just helps the video feel a little bit better, in my opinion. I'm gonna be reviewing your guys' clothing brands. You guys have started sending me stuff, and so let's just... I'm telling you, try it. I'm in the creativity program on TikTok, which basically means I only get paid for my videos that are over a minute long. But from that creativity program, I ended up making over $10,000. We're gonna talk about that more at the numbers section of this video. Editing is a great time to realize what mistakes you're making, because then you know what you can improve on in the next video. So right now, I'm understanding that like I should be talking while I'm opening it up. The best way I can word this is take without taking. When it comes to social media and stuff like this, it's a big industry where it's just a lot of copying. Obviously, don't do the exact same videos that you see other people doing, but like be able to take inspiration from videos, and you can do the same concept. Like for example, if you see my Walmart videos, like you can take the whole Walmart idea, but then instead of doing the exact same layout that I do, maybe add your own twist in there. Obviously, consistency is key. You hear that often, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to post 4 times a day. You're gonna be hearing that a lot. I've honestly actually found better results when I post once every 2 days because you get your demand higher. Consistency can also mean like you have consistent quality in all your videos, but you're not posting 2 videos every day. Everyone's always like, how do you come up with ideas? Everyone gets stuck with ideas. That's normal. The important thing is to just not stay there. If you have to eventually just get up and start recording, my best advice is to just start. This is what the timeline's looking like. It's super fast cuts, little zoom ins here and there to make it a little more interesting. Rather than the whole video being the same frame and no zoom ins or anything, because then it gets kind of boring. Full videos on TikTok if you want to go watch it. I'll let you guys get back onto the rest of the video. All right, so now I'm gonna let you guys in on a little more personal part. We're gonna talk numbers. This is what I've done. Taking social media super serious for the past year. I didn't start making money off social media until December of 2023. That's when this all started. I started this channel in 2015. It's now 2025, and we've came a long way in that time. It all started off as kind of a joke, and then it turned into like, I want to do this as a job. So in 2024, TikTok shop, I made over $30,000. I started at the beginning of the year, taking it super serious, and then I did it the whole year. That's just from finding the most trending products. With clothing items, it was pretty easy because my TikTok is fashion-based. TikTok shop, if y'all want to see a video on that, I could talk about that for a long time. It's basically a money glitch at this point. I personally run a clothing brand also. I know that's super popular right now. I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere. I started my clothing brand in 2021, I'm pretty sure, just using like a vinyl cutter and a heat press. I was making them in my brother's garage. In 2024, we did over $20,000 in Lover Dose. These were some of my most popular items, but it was mainly these rhinestone sweats. We ended up getting on Kai Sinet's stream. Whole crazy story. We can also do a video on how to scale your clothing brand if you guys want to see a video on that. So make sure you comment down below which video you want to see the most. Now, there's 2 different programs you can be in to make money off your videos on TikTok. There's the Creator Fund, and then there's the Creativity Program Fund, whatever it's called. There's a lot that goes into it. We can make a whole separate video on that. From the TikTok creativity program, we did over $10,000, about $10,000 with that. The RPM changes a lot. It's not super reliable. That's a pretty big tip too, is you can't focus on the money. And then from brand deals, I only roughly made about $3,000. And that is because I really don't charge for my videos. Obviously I could charge a lot more, and so you can make so much more off of brand deals, but I've mentioned it a couple times that I've like prayed to be in this position for so long. So I'm still pretty new. Like I said, I've only done it for like a year. Basically everything in my room was given to me for free in some type of way, whether if it was a brand deal or it was TikTok shop. I know how to charge more. I know how to talk to brands. I know how to talk to different companies. A lot of the time I just like to grow a bond with them, grow a connection, because then they'll just continue sending you stuff every month. Obviously I could talk numbers forever. This was a very different styled video for me. I enjoyed making it a lot though. I want to make more of this because I've learned a lot in my journey of 10 years of trying to become a social media influencer, because I get asked pretty often, how do I start a clothing brand? How do I start TikTok? How do I start YouTube? Like I said, this year we're going crazy on YouTube, so make sure y'all subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100K this year. We have to gain 96,000 subscribers. I think it's possible. I need an EJWAYY plaque, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.